In the waters around Eastern Indonesia's Raja Ampat archipelago, zebra sharks are functionally extinct. That means its population has declined to the point where it can no longer play a significant role in its ecosystem. These waters used to be teeming with these adorable sharks, but no longer. But there is hope that they will once more. An exciting project is underway to release zebra sharks into this area. The project, the first of its kind in the world, will translocate zebra shark eggs from aquariums around the world, rear them in a hatchery, and then release them into the wild. The project is called STAR, which stands for Stegostoma tiguanum, which is the Latin name for the zebra shark, augmentation recovery project, and is the first project to be implemented under ReShark. ReShark is a multinational coalition of more than 90 conservation organisations, aquariums and government agencies, whose mission is to recover threatened sharks and rays around the world. The hope is to release 500 baby sharks into these waters within the next 10 years. As in many places around the world, the shark population in Raja Ampat archipelago have been decimated due to factors such as habitat degradation and overfishing for their meat, fins and liver oil, which is used in making health supplements. A zebra shark's dried fins can be sold for $126 at the market. Sharks and rays are the second fastest disappearing vertebrate group, with amphibians being the fastest. More than 37% of the 1,199 species of shark and rays face extinction risks. Raja Ampat archipelago forms part of the Coral Triangle, which is an area of Southeast Asian seas containing the richest marine biodiversity on Earth. Around 1,600 species of fish can be found here, along with 3/4 of Earth's known coral species. Luckily, by the mid-2000s, the region had in place 9 marine protected areas, covering an area of 8,000 square miles. Eventually, the government declared the area a shark and ray sanctuary, with fishing for sharks and rays banned outright. The area is policed, with marine patrols checking boats for illegal fishing. This gave shark species such as grey, blacktip and white-tip reef sharks time to recover. However, zebra shark populations have not rebounded, possibly due to the fact that they are such easy targets and that so many were killed, so too few remain to find mates. In fact, between 2001 and 2021, after 15,000 hours of searching, only 3 had been seen, and the IUCN, in its population viability analysis, estimated that there were about 20 individuals spread throughout the Raja Ampat archipelago. With so few sharks, it would take 100 years for the population to recover to a minimal viable number. Human intervention is needed if this species is to survive, and this is where the STAR project comes in, the first of several projects to be implemented under ReShark and the brainchild of Mark Erdman. Around the world, there are more than 100 aquariums that have zebra sharks on display, captured years ago from once thriving populations. The aquarium sharks were genetically tested, and if they were found to be from the Eastern Indonesian-Oceania subpopulation, they were then able to become part of the project, with the aquarium becoming a breeder institute. Sea Life in Sydney and the Shark Reef Aquarium in the US are 2 such aquariums. The brown leathery eggs of the zebra shark are around 17 centimetres long, and once they have been laid in the aquarium, data is collected on them, such as when and where they were laid and who laid them. The eggs are closely monitored for a few days to verify that they are actually fertilised and viable. 10 weeks old is the best time for the eggs to be shipped out, and it definitely needs to be done by the time they are 15 weeks old. The eggs are carefully packed in coolers and transported to Raja Ampat, which is no mean feat and involves a flight to Jakarta Airport in Indonesia, getting through customs and a boat ride out to the hatchery. Here the eggs are checked to make sure that they have survived the journey. This is done by shining a light through the egg and checking the health of the yolk. The eggs have to acclimatise to the water at the hatchery, which is quite different to that in the aquarium they came from. They are then placed in the egg tanks. The eggs take another month or so to hatch, at around 6 months after being first laid. When they hatch, the babies are around 25 centimetres in length. They then go to the pup tanks, where lucky shark nannies take care of them. The pup is taught to eat live, natural food, and before being released into the wild, they are placed in a sea pen to acclimatise to their natural habitat. At a length of about 50 centimetres, the pups are tagged with an RFID and acoustic tags. The acoustic tags are placed on their fins so that when they go to the surface, the tags will send a signal to a satellite. The RFID is a microchip like the ones put in dogs and cats, and gives a signal to one of the 16 transmitters that are submerged in the areas of Raja Ampat, designated for the zebra shark. A lot can go wrong at any of these stages. For example, the eggs can die in transit if they are in transit or customs for too long, and reintroductions can fail due to young sharks dying from disease or being eaten by larger sharks. And the timing of the release is important. Initially, a juvenile zebra shark was released into the wild too soon, and it did not survive. But amazingly, in January 2023, 2 pups, who are siblings named Charlie and Kathleen, were released into the beautiful water of Raja Ampat. They are from the first shipment of eggs from Sydney Aquarium. To date, 5 zebra shark pups have been released. And so far this year, 24 pups have hatched and will be hopefully released when they are old enough. It is easier for some species to be bred in captivity and translocated than others. Most shark species give birth to live young, which makes them harder to care for, and sharks such as great whites and makos are too big and fast to be kept in captivity. But it is hoped that other shark species, such as angel sharks in the Canary Islands and off the coast of Wales, nurse sharks in East Africa, and bow-mouthed guitarfish in other parts of Asia, and critically endangered sawfishes could all be helped in this way. Other groups have tried reintroducing sharks into the wild. For example, an aquarium in the Republic of Malta has gathered eggs from dead sharks sold in fish markets, reared them, and gone on to release the hatchlings into the Mediterranean Sea. However, these initiatives often don't involve threatened species, and there is little evidence they will increase population numbers, as the main issue depleting the populations, shark fishing, is not being addressed in these areas. To guarantee success, overfishing needs to be stopped around the world. It is the universal threat affecting all 391 threatened species, and is the sole threat for 67.3% of species. The great thing about Raja Ampat is that in February 2014 it was made a sanctuary for sharks, rays, dugongs and turtles. The sanctuary covers 46,000 square kilometres of waters around the Raja Ampat Islands, making it the perfect place to reintroduce zebra sharks. Over the coming years, there is every chance that enough sharks will survive to sustain a genetically diverse breeding population. Sharks are vital for the health of our oceans. They maintain balance in their ecosystems. Love them or hate them, our oceans need sharks, and we need to protect them from the people who want to harm them. If you have enjoyed this video, then please like, subscribe, and share with your like-minded friends.